Hey guys, today we're talking about platform pedals. So platform pedals are the standard pedals we're used to where we can use our basic sneakers, tennis shoes, whatever it is. They offer typically a nice large platform surface, but they make smaller ones as well. So we're just gonna go over a couple of the different types of platform pedals and bearings, which basically indicate how smooth the ride quality is gonna be on those pedals. So we have our basic plastic BMX pedals here, right? So these typically come non-sealed bearing, but they do make sealed bearing, and we'll talk in a second about what that means. But these essentially offer a nice big platform. Now these are different than your standard plastic pedals, which we don't even stock because they're so crappy, you know? End of the day, you wanna make sure you have something that's gonna be, well here's a good example actually. So there are pedals that look like this, that are plastic, and there are pedals that look like this. Obviously, this is way more heavy duty, offers a larger platform, and because they're BMX specific, they're definitely gonna give you the strength that you need, right? So if you wanna stand up on the pedal, you're 200 plus pounds, definitely recommend going with something heavy duty like this at the very least, right? Next option is aluminum pedals. So these typically are very similar to the platform pedals in plastic, but they're gonna have a little bit more strength with the aluminum, but they are a little bit heavier. So there is that cost benefit. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about now aluminum pedals with what we call sealed bearings. So this is something that you can't really tell in a video. You have to actually be here and look at it, but the way it works is pedals have a spindle, and this spindle typically has either what we call loose ball bearings or sealed bearings. Loose ball bearings essentially have a lot of friction. Over time, they do get a little bit looser, but they're not gonna be as smooth right off the bat, and even in the long run, as much as sealed bearing pedals. Sealed bearing pedals, when you turn that spindle, you'll notice it's buttery smooth, and that equates to just a smoother ride overall. And now all pedals are not considered equal, even in the sealed bearings, right? Some of them will have what we call pins that give you these kind of like small little pins here that give you much better grip overall, right? So if you're an MTB rider and, or just, you know, you like standing up in your pedals a lot and you don't want your foot to slide, pins are great. And as you go higher end in the pedals, you're essentially gonna get a pedal body that's more hollowed out, made of a higher quality aluminum, sometimes a 7000 series aluminum versus a 6000 series. The same sealed bearing, sometimes even a better spindle body, but they'll typically just get lighter, stronger, and smoother overall. So when you do pick a pedal, find out kind of like what you're doing. If you want a smaller platform, you could always go, you know, for your road bike, you might want something a little bit smaller like this, not necessarily a chunky BMX pedal. But ideally just match the pedal body to your foot size, the type of bike you have, and the type of riding you're doing, right? So if I'm on a road bike, I'm not gonna rock a big clunky pedal like this. I want a smaller pedal body that's gonna take the 4 of my foot, which is gonna allow me to put pressure in the right place, right? Versus a BMX bike or a dirt jumping bike, or just a mountain bike that I'm riding in the city and I like to use the middle part of my foot to pedal with, then you can go with something like this. So before you choose it, just talk it out with your local bike shop and go over what pedal system works best for you.